Hey guys, it's Danny. Okay, so one of my viewers requested that I make an update on the orchids I received from my viewers. So that's what we're gonna do today. It has been a month or two since I received them. And these are not the ICU orchids, but I do have some orchids which Ana Maria sent after the ICU orchids. And I will start with the Patio petalum herrerianum. This is from Ana Maria. It is producing a new leaf right here on this growth, which is really good news. And I also do see some roots inside the pot. Also, the other growth in the back is producing a new growth as well. It was there when I received it, but it has produced a new leaf in the meantime. So I guess this guy is doing pretty well. I have no doubt he's already adjusted to the environment and is starting to grow. I really cannot wait to see this guy in bloom because he's supposed to have a pink pouch. You just love a pink pouch. Alrighty, this is again from Ana Maria. This is the Cattleya tropical pointer cheetah. I have the galaxy as well. And this one created a new growth right here, which is producing roots. So she's doing quite okay. She had another growth right there, but it's not growing. It is growing some roots, but the growth itself is not doing anything. However, we have this new growth right here, and I'm putting my hopes in this one. Alrighty, I received this from David in Canada, one of my viewers, and I promised an update on this guy. So he's doing okay. She wasn't in the best of shapes, didn't have roots, but we're growing a new growth right here, and I do see a few tiny roots sprouting. He did lose a few pseudobulbs, and I think this pseudobulb will go as well. However, I think it will bounce back. The tiny new roots that I see are growing, and I'm really hoping for some more new growth. It will take a while until this guy is fully recovered, but I don't think he's on the verge of death at all, so he's doing okay. Okay, somebody wanted to see the Laelia Diana variety Cerulean that I got from Ana Maria. She's doing quite fabulous. So this is a very, very tiny orchid. She is a mini orchid, but I have a feeling this is a seedling. So this is how tiny it is. But the good thing is it is growing a root right here, but also not one, not two, but three new growths. So we have one here, and another one, the most developed one in the back right there, and also another root. So I'm expecting quite the explosion of roots pretty soon from this one. I think she's okay. Really hope she's gonna do well because she has a beautiful flower. Okay, this is the Patio petalum separati. Again, a gorgeous, gorgeous orchid, and it's a multifloral or sequential bloomer. No, it's a multifloral. So this guy, I think, grew a little bit since I received it a month or a month and a half ago. And also I see inside the medium, maybe I can show you, it is growing a root right there. I really don't want to disturb it. No, it's attached, so it is growing a root right there. So yeah, he's doing quite okay. Again, I cannot wait to see this guy in bloom. I don't have many Patio petalums in my collection because they grow so slow, but the ones that I have are really gorgeous, and I really hope I'll get some blooms within a year or so, maybe, who knows, we'll see, but I'm excited about them. From the same viewer, which by the way chooses to remain anonymous, I have the Cattleya Green Emerald Queen, and she is doing okay as well. She wasn't in a bad shape when I received it, has some roots that are growing, and she is producing a new growth right here. I am suspecting that it will be a tinier growth compared to the other pseudobulbs, but in time it will adjust and acclimate to my environment, and I think she's going to do quite well. Again, beautiful, beautiful blooms on this one. All of my orchids have beautiful blooms. I'll not repeat that. Next to it, from the same viewer, we have a Miltonia orchid, and this is the Miltonia Godalemoire. I butchered that name, but I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. It is growing a new growth right here, and I wrongly anticipated its position. I should have placed this orchid towards the middle, but I'll try to train it towards the middle of the pot. However, it is growing beautifully. The pseudobulbs didn't shrivel excessively because she did have some pretty viable roots. I have no doubt she's gonna do okay. And from the very same person, we have the BLC Chialin, and this one came with this growth already started. As you can see, it grew a little bit. If you can see on that leaf, I have a difference in color. So those few millimeters there grew ever since I received it. It just started to grow, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna do just fine. This is a very fragrant Cattleya as far as I know. Here we have another orchid from Ana Maria. This is the Alisara Gilded Tower Mystic Maze. Beautiful Brassia type, actually, orchid. She's growing a new growth, which looks beautiful, and a new root right there, so she's doing quite fine. As you can see, the pseudobulb didn't shrivel excessively, and this is because it did have some pretty viable roots when I received it. So you see, this is the difference between an orchid which does not have roots and one that has a few viable roots. I forgot to show you the Bifernaria orchid that I have. She's not doing much. I received this back bulb which was dormant. However, I don't see any new growth starting, and I think it is actually damaged. The place where the eyes should have been appear to have been damaged by snails. So I really am not keeping my hopes high for this back bulb. It just sometimes happens that if the eyes get damaged, the orchid cannot sprout new growth. So I really hope it's not the case, but it does look that way so far. Another orchid I received in my P.O. box is the LC Elizabeth Fulton Mikel. Not sure if I'm pronouncing all of these correctly. She had a new growth started, but it is developing lately. It's producing roots, is doing quite fine. The orchid got a little bit dehydrated because she didn't really have roots, but she had this new growth. So roots started to grow pretty fast. I'm sure it's gonna be just fine. And in the back there, we have another orchid from the same user. Viewer, Cattleya Roni Vaughn, and this is a beautiful Cattleya. All of them are beautiful. It is growing a new growth, and the root is extending in the medium. As you can see, she's doing okay, not excessively shriveled, so she's pulling through. I have no doubt that she's gonna be just fine. Behold the Fred Clarkiara After Dark Black Pearl. Do you see how much it grew? So this one is doing fantastic, growing very fast as all catasetums do. She had 2 new growths. The second one produced some roots, but it's not developing, sadly. Not sure exactly why, but it's okay. I do have this growth, and I'm pretty hopeful that it will do just fine. I'm not sure if it's gonna bloom this year. It doesn't look too big, but who knows? However, if it's not gonna bloom, I'm okay with it. I've made my peace with it, so all is fine. And in the back there, we have the vanilla orchid. I did make an update on this one. She is growing so fast. So in that update, I was showing you the new leaf was this one. She created another one in the meantime, and another tiny one is showing. She's growing very fast, I have no doubt. We managed to catch this one. And here we have the Ray Chara Francis Fox. She grew this new growth. Ever since I arrived here, it grew in 2 months. It's a lot smaller than the previous growths. It is to be expected. It's not gonna bloom. It's okay. She's doing quite well. And here we have the Cattleya Forbesi variety, Aurea. She is growing a new growth right here, and also roots again. I have no doubt she's gonna do just fine. And we have another one here from the very same anonymous viewer. Why do I say users? I have no idea. BLC Parts of Paradise cross with Fortune Dragon King. Okay, long name. So this one shriveled like crazy, but it is growing this new growth, which is growing some new roots. It's looking okay. She's gonna get hydrated, but yeah, she's now looking hot, but I have no doubt she is actually doing quite okay. Did not have roots when I received it, but you know Cattleyas, they just bounce back really fast. And I actually received a non-orchid plant. Let's make an update on this one as well. I received it together with the Fred Clarkiara. This is the Hoya calycina. So let's see how she's doing. Ta-da! Alrighty, so what's happening here is that the tip, I think, was a little damaged. However, from the tip, there is a new vine sprouting. She created this set of leaves and then this one, and now she's just swirling around the trellis that I made here. It was a little bit of a challenge to make her swirl because she wasn't long enough, but now that I managed to secure it to the trellis, she's doing this on her own. So she's doing fantastic. Seems to really enjoy this medium. All of my Hoyas actually do. They're like salads. So yeah, I have no doubt she's gonna do just fine. And my viewer is suggesting that this Hoya might bloom this winter, which would be fantastic to have some beautiful Hoya blooms, right? And I think this is about it. Alrighty, this was the update. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see something else you didn't see for a long time, just let me know in a comment below and I'll make an update video. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more orchid videos from me, simply subscribe to my channel. I post on a daily basis. Feel free to leave me questions or suggestions for videos in the comment section below. I always check it. And if you ever want to send me an orchid division or a plant or a letter, just do so at the address you see on the screen right here or in the description below. If you click on the left side of your screen, you're going to be directed to orchidnature.com, where you'll find care sheets, identification sheets, and also you can talk to us in the forum section. And on the right side of your screen, you can click to watch another orchid video. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye!